Thank you so much, Robert. Now, let's get to Samburu County, away from Bungoma County. Samburu County is located in the former Rift Valley province of Kenya. It covers an area of roughly 21,000 kilometers squared in northern Kenya, where the Samburu Turkana live. It stretches north from Waso Ngiro River to the south of Lake Turkana and also includes Mount Kulal, which lies just east of Lake Turkana. Within Samburu County are the towns of Marlal, also known as the capital and county's largest town, also Baragoi, Archer's Post, South Hor, Wamba and Lodosoit are also in Samburu County. Now the county is trying to position itself as the top host of the Camel's Derby. But how different will it be from the rest of the camel derbies that we have seen in countries like Somalia? So joining me now is the Deputy Governor of Samburu County, that is Joseph Lemarquet, and Peter Leshaquet, who is the County Executive for Trade, Cooperatives and Tourism. Thank you all so much for joining us. The Derby, it seems to be like a very interesting event for Samburu County, but what is it about?
The International Camel Derby is now the 27th time happening in Samburu County, and I think it is the only camel derby in the world and in Africa.
There's one in Somalia.
I've never heard of that.
It's not international.
Yeah, it's not international, but Maralal is International Camel Derby. Yeah. It's recognized as International Camel Derby, camel competition, where people actually ride on camel to race. For marathon, for amateur racing, 42 kilometers, 10 kilometers, and it involves both the international and local participants.
Right. Okay, so when is this going to be?
It's going to be on the 25th to 28th of August 2016. That's actually just next week. Yeah.
Who are the participants that we are expecting? Are they only from the northern part of Kenya, or we're going to see some coming in from places like Qatar? Because I think I've also seen a camel derby in Qatar as well.
We are expecting also people from the international community. Like last year, we had about 17 countries participating. This year, we hope they become more. We had about 150 tourists from international abroad. This time, from the look of things, from the response we got, we expect more than 300 international visitors in that camel derby.
All right.
And we are also expecting a lot of locals coming from all over the country of Kenya.
All right. So with visitors come good fortunes, I'm thinking. And let me bring in Peter Leshaquet, who is the County Executive for Tourism and Trade. Last year you did have the same, right? How much revenue was generated around that period, and how much do you hope to generate this time around?
I think the county was able to raise about 2 million in that event. But I just want to point out that it's not really like the county is using the camel derby event as a fundraising or an income generating activity. And then the county is putting more money into it.
All right.
It's actually it's targeting to as a marketing event, you know, so that the participant can come and explore Samburu. You know, the guests and their friends can come and know more about Samburu. In so doing, we can be able now to attract more tourists visiting the area.
All right.
And coming to do more other businesses.
All right, so what are the top tourist attractions in Samburu County besides me, say, wanting to go attend or participate in the Camel Derby?
Yeah, Camel Derby is just an event, actually, to draw people, you know, to understand better Samburu.
Yeah.
You know, you can hear about Samburu, but you need to experience it to know better, you know, the good things about Samburu. But Samburu is a tourist destination. Wildlife safari is a major attraction to Samburu. You know, Samburu, you have a Samburu National Reserve, which is a premium park, and it's well known all over the world. I think it is the same level with the Masai Mara, you know, the Nakuru parks and all that. It's a premium park. So that's a major attraction. In addition to that, we also have diverse, activities you can do in Samburu. The county government also expanded community conservancies. The communities themselves now are doing conservation, and they are already putting up or establishing ecotourism lodges that are high-end, So you can also experience that kind of wilderness safari, especially in the community conservancies, where there are no, there's no crowd, and you can actually experience, you can be isolated.
So if you really want to see the wild, or you want to see earth, you go to Samburu County.
You can do hiking, you can, we are also, the community, there's one community now that's having even a rhino sanctuary, that's an endangered species.
A rhino
sanctuary? In a very remote area.
Rhino sanctuary,
rhino sanctuary.
All right.
And so there's a lot.
There's a lot in Samburu County. All right, let me bring in the Deputy Governor yet again. You have invested quite a lot in infrastructure. How exactly is it doing, and is it bringing in more investor interest into the county?
Yeah, I think we've invested so much in infrastructure development, particularly maybe not to the level of tarmac or things like that, but at least roads that are good to use. And we are also lucky to be now one of the counties that is benefiting from the construction of tarmac road that is connecting Samburu and Laikipia counties. So by mid next year, we should be having tarmac connecting Maralal to Nyahururu.
Right.
So, and we've seen quite a lot of, with also the onset of county government, with the finances that have come down on the ground, a lot of businesses have come up, a lot of people are set camp, particularly in the headquarter Maralal. A lot of construction work is going on, and business is really booming in the counties.
Let's talk about electrification in Samburu County. How far is it? Are you also benefiting from the last mile project?
We are connected up to Maralal to the national grid, and we can tell you almost 90% of all our institutions, which is a government project that's being done, are connected now to the power grid. And we also happen to be beneficiaries of the ongoing Lake Turkana wind power. That is the wind power coming from the side of Marsabit County, but the major, passing through Samburu County. So all our centers are going to benefit from the Lake Turkana line, and which is also going to be connected to the national grid towards the end of next year. So we are not badly off. We are also well covered with the network. Safaricom particularly, they have been very helpful, particularly in setting up networks across the county. And we did approach them so that we can also curb insecurity issues using the network.
Okay. All right. So Peter did talk about the different tourist attractions in Samburu County. Would you say that tourism is the biggest revenue collector for Samburu County? And if yes, what is the county doing to open up tourism in the county?
Now, it is true, tourism is the largest revenue earner in Samburu County. Samburu County happened to be the owners of and managers of Samburu Game Reserve, with quite a big, and 80% of our local revenue is generated from the game reserve through entrance and the lodges. We have also quite a number of lodges that are situated there, and that's where we generate a lot of revenue. And for us, we've gone out of our way to relieve the business from the county government to the communities. So the communities are also benefiting from this tourism issue by setting up their own lodges in their own conservation areas. So as the minister said, in this community conservancies, this is where you actually find high-end lodges, ecotourism lodges, which might not even be available in the government game reserves.
Right.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting. So going forward, I know that Samburu County the last 3 years has experienced acute food shortage as a result of drought. And you are in charge of trade as well. But tell us, how much has that affected you? And this year, you know, it seems to be looking good with the good rains, or should we say the perennial rains. But how bad was it, and how do you want to ensure that you can encourage food security in your county?
Well, yeah, sure. Last year was not really good for us. The drought it has hurt, particularly the pastoralists.
Yeah.
And we have also experienced that, you know, livestock encroachment, the result that has also caused a lot of community conflicts and all this kind of thing. Definitely also affected tourism by extension. And so it is a major problem. But this year was very good. At least the pastoralists have had good pasture. And even now, at least, despite the fact that it's being still dry, but still have good pasture. Nevertheless, we are doing a lot to really, you know, mitigate the issue. We are really doing a lot of awareness to our communities to really understand. And I think that's one of the agenda, like doing diversification of livelihood. And conservancy is one way, you know, of trying to diversify the livelihood of our communities so that they don't just rely on livestock alone. They can have other, you know, ways of living, you know, because they have over-relied on livestock. And we now understand that livestock are really, economy is becoming very fragile because of the...
Are you adding to that mechanization as well?
Yeah, sure. And we are also encouraging them to do other businesses. You know, right now we have established what you call Youth and Women Fund, just to really give loans to the youth and women who are more fragile or vulnerable to that kind of conditions, just to open up so that they can be able to do other businesses in addition to, you know, livestock keeping. So that livestock just becomes also another option, not just to. Secondly, we are also trying to encourage them to sell. Actually, we have established quite a number of livestock markets across the county that provide them opportunity to sell off, you know, their livestock. And so, in a way, we are mitigating the issue.
All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Joseph Lemarcat, who is the Deputy Governor for Samburu County, and Peter Leshakwet, who is the County Executive for Cooperatives, Trade and Tourism. Thank you both for joining us on this edition of Business Today. We'll now take a short break, but when we return, we're going to be talking about the smartphone penetration in Kenya and how that is doing today. Has it helped improve internet access? And what about the rest of the country? Is it being left out, or are we seeing them picking up fast? Do stay with us. We'll have that conversation with the Managing Director for Infinix.